there, and welcome to Audrey's Insights. I'm Audrey Wise, a realtor here in the Asheville area, and for those of you who are just tuning in, this is a show where I give you tips and tricks and insights into all things real estate. And today I just want to share with you just a few things that, especially if you're coming from the flatlands, these are things that you are going to want to be aware of when you are beginning your process of looking for land and beginning your whole journey of building a home here in the mountains. The first thing you need to be aware of, especially if you're moving here from somewhere that's flat, is that you are going to encounter many curvy, steep mountain roads, especially if you're wanting to build a home on the top of a mountain with an amazing view. You will not have a flat, straight road to get to that house. It's going to be a curvy mountain road. So you just need to remember that and be aware. A lot of people come here and they end up getting a little bit car sick because they just aren't quite used to the roads yet, but you will get used to that. The second thing you need to remember, especially if you're coming from a warmer climate and again from a flatter area, you're most likely going to be dealing with ice in the winter, and you're going to need to understand that you're going to have a vehicle that can either get you up and down that mountain, or you'll be just holed up for a few days. You can sit there and drink hot chocolate and watch movies all day. And we do have trucks that salt and sand the roads and that kind of thing, but the sanding trucks don't go everywhere. So that's another thing to be aware of if you're building a home in the mountains, is that we do have snow and ice. And the third thing to be aware of is we have some very steep slopes here, and that's going to affect the way your foundation is built. And there are certain guidelines that builders have to follow when building on steep slopes. So you might want to research that. I mentioned that in a previous video, but if you didn't see that video, I would highly recommend that you research building a home on a steep slope in the mountains of North Carolina, or whatever your Google search might be. But just research that a little bit and know that that's going to affect the final cost of your home, because foundations here in the mountains are generally far more costly than foundations, say, in Florida or somewhere at the coast or somewhere out west where it's just all flat and homes can be built on slabs. Most custom homes here in the mountains are all going to either have a crawl space or a basement foundation. So that's going to affect the way your home is designed and the way your foundation is built, and ultimately your cost. Lastly, you need to understand that views are expensive. And as you're looking through Zillow and you're looking at lots and land and things like that, if you find a piece of property that says amazing views and they show you a picture of an amazing view, but the price on that lot is only $25,000, there is a problem. So it's either straight up and down and forever away, or you're gonna have to put a major well into that piece of property to get water. So whatever you're saving in costs for the lot itself, you're going to be spending in all the improvements that need to be done to that lot. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot more that can probably be said about buying views, but I guess the most important thing to remember is that if it's cheap, it's too good to be true. Those are just 4 things to keep in mind as you begin your journey of building a home in the mountains of North Carolina. And I'll recap them right quick. First is curvy roads. Second is ice and snow. The third is building on a steep slope. And the fourth is that the views can be expensive. I hope that gave you a little more insight into building a home here in the mountains of North Carolina. In the meantime, if I can help you find some property here in North Carolina to build your vacation home or your dream home on, please reach out to me. I will be glad to help you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time on Audrey's Insights.